went to bed last night so excited to film today and film this video, and woke up this morning to Satan saying, "Not today, bitch. Not today." It's that time of the month and Aunt Flo is not just flowing, it's a waterfall down there, bitch. I jumped on Instagram the other day and said, can you guys let me know your favorite reads of this year? I'm gonna go through each one, show you guys what you chose as your favorite books of this year. We're gonna discuss if I've read them, if I haven't read them, if I will read them, if I liked them, and just hang out and have a good old time. Before we get into the video, I'm happy to announce that this video is sponsored by Raising the Bar by Stephanie Rose. Recently fired, our heroine is trying to escape the city for a small town retreat to recoup, only she gets pulled over for a speeding fine by a local cop. The very grumpy but very hot local cop. The two hit it off, but she's only there for like a short amount of time, so the two of them can just be friends. Our hero Jude, who went through a very messy divorce, does ask for some public cuddles and fake dates just to keep the local matchmakers off his back. But what if her small town stay becomes permanent? Can Jude be the man that she deserves? If you fancy Jude and Claudia's love story, you can get a copy of the book right now down below in the description box. You can also go and read their story on Kindle Unlimited right now. With these videos, obviously, not everyone reads new releases as they come out. So some books that might pop up in today's video could have been released last year, the year before, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't really matter. It just means that you've read it this year and you loved it. The first book that I knew was going to be on the radar, Mile High, The Right Move, and Caught Up. These popped up so many times and I was not surprised by the fact that these popped up so many times. You see these books everywhere. They're on the shelves now. They're all over social media, from Instagram to BookTube to TikTok to Pinterest to Facebook. Everyone is obsessed with these sport romances. I myself have tried to read Mile High, but I DNF'd it because I don't know, the first page just didn't grab my attention enough. And I did try to read Right Move as well, and the same thing happened with Mile High. So I don't know if I will eventually read these. I am very skeptical with sports romances just because I don't like them. I'm not a sporty hoe. I can honestly count on one hand how many sport romances I have read and thoroughly enjoyed. Will I give these another go? I don't know, but I'm happy that they are on the list, and they must be pretty fucking good for the people out there that love sports romance, because everyone loves these, especially The Right Move though, because this was released this year. Things We Left Behind by Lucy Score, and all of her other books as well. They popped up quite a bit in the question box. I'm not surprised by that either. I haven't read these, though I do own the paperbacks because I think the covers are some of the most beautiful covers I have ever seen. But again, I'm not a small town girly, and I'm quite certain that these are slow burns. And I don't have the attention span for a slow burn these days. If you watch my videos all the time, you know I'm very skeptical and just, I don't know, sus on really popular books. A lot of the time I get disappointed by them because they get so built up in my mind because I've seen so many amazing reviews that I end up feeling disappointed. So I just tend to not read overly popular books. I own these because they're beautiful, but I haven't read them, and it definitely didn't surprise me that these were on the list because I feel like I see someone reading these books all the time on social media. Plus, I see people buying these books in store all the time. Like, I literally see girls picking these books off the shelves when I'm like in Kmart or local bookstores and, you know, going about their day. So I know they're popular because everyone's reading them right now. Icebreaker popped up quite a bit, which is, again, not something that shocks me because it has been like a viral book for almost 2 years now. Icebreaker was released last year. Wildfire has come up as well, which is also a part of the series to do with Icebreaker. I haven't read Icebreaker, but I own it, and I haven't read Wildfire yet, but I also own that. And this one does intrigue me just because I've heard so many good things. The same readers that are skeptical about popular books enjoyed Wildfire, so that piques my interest and my curiosity, because if you're a bitch like me and you're liking this book, then maybe I'll like it too. The Butcher and the Blackbird. I want to read this so bad. I'm not really a like serial killer kind of gal. Like, I don't really love dark romances that feature serial killers or murderers or that kind of aspect of dark romance. But because this is like a serial killer rom-com that also has spice. It sounds right up my alley. Plus, I've had people DM me and message me and tell me to read this. A lot of people have said that this is something new, fresh, great to read if you're in a book slump. So it is on my TBR. I do want to read it. And I'm thinking about reading a bunch of these books possibly and filming a video about if I like the books or not. Let me know if you're interested in that. But The Butcher and the Blackbird, I'm super keen to read. I really am interested, and I love that I saw this a lot because it's just something different. It was a given to me that Elsie Silver was gonna pop up, but Powerless was the one that popped up more than once. I have read Flawless and Heartless, and I do understand why people love this series. It's just not my jam. I found it quite, I don't know, generic and a bit boring. There was nothing new about the series. That's why I stopped after book 2. If you're into like cowboys and small towns and things like that, you're gonna love this. I'm just looking for something a little bit extra and different in my romances these days. Magnolia Parks is one book that I believe will come up in the best of every year. I feel like it came up a lot last year as well because everyone started reading it last year and everyone fell in love with it. And obviously with the popularity of reading now, like everyone's reading. It's not just like you and me now, bitch. Everyone is reading. Like even my sister before said to me, like, I think I should get into reading. And the bitch hasn't picked up a book in her life. Like everyone is wanting to read and starting to read. So of course, something like Magnolia Parks is gonna be super popular, especially if you're someone that enjoys Gossip Girl and just kind of like that luxurious lifestyle in your romances. I have tried to read Magnolia Parks 3 times. I own all the books as well, and I love the covers, especially the original covers. But there's something that just isn't clicking with me. But I have seen it on Spotify, the audiobook, so I'm actually considering listening to it. I think it might work with me better listening, just because Jessa Hastings has a beautiful writing style. The designer bags and shoes and this and that, the luxurious items, it's those names. When I have to try and pronounce them while reading, it takes me out of the story. I forget what I'm reading, I get confused. It's a whole debacle. So I think I might actually attempt to listen to this. I will try to listen to it on Spotify, and if the listening experience doesn't sell me, then Magnolia Parks just isn't for me. But I won't give up yet. I won't give up yet. Reena Kent's God of Malice and a lot of her books in that series, that Next Generation series, popped up as well. Again, not surprised, not shocked. I know so many people have discovered Reena Kent this year, and they have discovered her through this series. I have said this multiple times on my channel this year, and especially as of recent, I enjoy her older books better. Okay, so far no books that I've come across have been my favorites of the year, which is so interesting. I don't think any of my favorites came up in the question boxes. Like, I don't think anyone has the same favorites as me. I don't know, but yes, I don't know if I'll continue on with the series. I would like to think that I will, but I feel like I'll find other books that I'm more interested in. That Sick Love by Jessie Hall. Now, Hawk and Kid are some of my favorite books from this year. I haven't read That Sick Love, and I've said that on my channel as well. But everyone's trying to convince me, and I'm thinking maybe I should read it just because it has a lot of religious trauma in it. And I don't jive. You know, me and religious trauma don't jive together. I don't really like that theme in my romances. But, you know, with everyone in my DM saying, bitch, what the fuck, if you loved Hawk, you need to read this, maybe I will. Okay, maybe I will. I love Jessie Hall, man. One of my favorite new authors I discovered this year. So fucking good. So fucking good. I found her in February, I'm pretty sure. I stumbled across Hawk, and it was just the best reading experience ever. So maybe I should put That Sick Love on my TBR. Fourth Wing, okay? Fourth Wing, of course. Like, who wouldn't say that this isn't their favorite? Like, Fourth Wing has taken over the world, bitch. Taken over the world. I tried to read the first page. I'm not a fantasy reader, okay? I'm not. I love paranormal, and I love a touch of fantasy, but too much world building, my mind can't take it. So I didn't continue on after reading like the first page. Will I? I doubt it. Like, I really doubt it. I'm not drawn to reading Fourth Wing. Like, is it that good? Is it that good? I don't know, man. Apparently so. All of you guys have told me that you love it, and it is in my question box. It's come up multiple times. Also with Binding 13, I tried to read. I have. I got 15% in, and it was slow going. Slow going. I don't know if I will return to it though. I'm intrigued. I want to see what the hype is about, but they're fat books, bitch. They're fat, they're thick, they're going to take some of my time. And my time is limited. So I like to not waste time on books I don't want to read, but I want to be a part of the Binding 13 situation. I feel like everyone's obsessed with these books. So obsessed. I hate the new covers. I like the old ones better. Even though the old ones aren't that great, I don't like the new ones. But I just don't know if I'll go there. I don't know. Next up, we have All the King's Men Duet by Kennedy Ryan, which I do own. It's right on that shelf looking at me. I love Kennedy. Before I Let Go is one of my top favorites of the year. I'll be filming my video soon, so you'll see it. And I just love her. I haven't read a book from her that I haven't enjoyed, loved with my entire heart, that has become a part of my personality. Like, I get obsessed with every Kennedy Ryan book I read. It's such an experience. It's a really special thing. She's special, man. Like, she really knows what she's fucking doing, because she writes spicy as all fuck books with so much meaning and intention and beauty and heartbreak. I want to read her entire backlist. Like, I need to get onto that. But I always have to be in a mood for Kennedy. Kennedy saves me when I'm slumping, or I feel like I need something really hard-hitting and emotional. That's when I go to her. I'm a mood reader, so I pick and choose who and what books I want to read when I feel like reading them, if that makes sense. Like, I can't just find a book I like and then read the entire backlist of that author, or continue on with that same type of trope or whatever. I have to switch it up depending on my mood. The Gra Effect, which I have the arc of. I need to read this. This is the spin-off from Off Campus and Briar U, Elle Kennedy's new series about the children. I'm not a next generation queen. Like, I don't particularly like next gen series, but I'm intrigued about this because even though I'm not obsessed with Elle Kennedy's books, like especially, you know, Briar U and Off Campus, I haven't even read Briar U yet, but Off Campus I have. I'm not obsessed with sports romance, so I'm not obsessed with them, but The Deal is one of my favorite books. I do love The Deal. Garrett was just delicious. The Ritual, and this entire series has popped up so much, and I definitely need to check this out. I have in the past when I was in a super bad slump. This was actually recommended to me. Was it this one or one of the other ones? Last year. Everyone said that I should love it because I love Elite Kings Club. But again, if they're too similar, I won't like it. Decisions, man, decisions. Too many books to read and not enough time. Boneyard Tides by Amo Jones popped up quite a bit too, which was surprising to me just because I didn't actually like Boneyards that much, which is shocking because I love Amo Jones. But again, I'm very particular with my why choose romances, and this is a reverse harem. So that's probably why I didn't click. And I do feel like the first half of the year, because I was like in the trenches of motherhood. Okay, I had a newborn. I was waking up every hour. I wasn't sleeping. I was like dealing with postpartum depression. Reading was weird. It was a weird time for me at the beginning of the year. So anything that I kind of tried to read during that time, I either didn't continue on with or just didn't connect with because I mentally couldn't at the time. So that's why so many of these books I've started but haven't completed, because I started them during that time. I wish I could have that time back again and feel like I do now. And I could like read these books and enjoy them. But yeah, Boneyards just wasn't bad. I just didn't really love it the way I wanted to, which made me sad because I was so keen for something fresh from Amo. King of Greed also popped up by Anna Huang, which I'm not shocked by. Everyone loves Anna and wants to suck her off, honestly. I haven't read this series and I'm kind of turned off from reading it just because I don't like the Twisted series. Well, I don't like book 1 or book 2. I stopped after book 2. You know, I feel so conflicted about that series. I think it's amazing how well Anna has done, but I am quite shocked with how popular those books are. I do own King of Pride, I think it is. I am skeptical. I really am, because my experience with Twisted Love and Twisted Games just wasn't that great. The Dark Verse series from Runix came up so much. Now, I love Gothicana. That also came up as well. I read that years ago. Love it. One of my favorite books of all time, right? The Dark Verse, I haven't read yet. And everyone has told me it is the best Mafia series ever to grace our planet, bitch. It is top tier mafia shit, but it's written in third person, which puts me off. I only enjoyed Gothicana's third person perspective because it was Gothicana, man. It was like a mysterious kind of spooky book. It gave off the right vibes to have a third person point of view. I don't know if this mafia world will give off that same vibe that I look for if I'm going to be reading third person, but I do want to read it. I don't know if there's audiobooks available. Maybe I should check out the audiobooks. I don't know anyone that has not read this and hasn't liked it. Like, if you haven't liked it, can you please let me know in the comments below. If you've loved it, also let me know. But I feel like everyone just always rates this like high stars. It's amazing. It's so good. You need to fucking read it right now. Haunting and Hunting Adeline popped up quite a bit, which I knew that was going to pop up. Everyone fucking frothed those books. I did not. I DNF'd Haunting Adeline because I found it quite boring for me. It was just like a big book with a lot of stuff that I just didn't like at the time. So that's unfortunate because I actually do own Haunting Adeline. I own the original cover. Like, I got it years ago. Like, it's definitely not a new book, and it's so interesting that TikTok blows up books that aren't like fresh new releases. It's great. Like, I love that HD Carlton got the, man, did she get some fucking reads from TikTok. Like, she fully blew up, and that's amazing. Love that for her. I just, yeah, didn't like the book. What I read of it anyway. Losers by Harley LaRoe popped up as well, and I need to read this and I want to read this because even though I don't like YA, as of recent I have read YA, and Harley is a dark romance writer and I loved The Dare, and I did like her Soul for Revenge. I didn't like her Soul to Take, and I haven't read the third one, but anyway, I really want to read Losers because again, I've heard amazing things. Part 1, Part 2, reverse harem set in high school, I believe, which doesn't sound like it would tickle my dick still, but if it's written right and correct, it can tickle the dick if it's written the way I want it to be written. Salt Kiss by Sierra Simone popped up. I've seen this everywhere, like in stores. Like, I saw it in Big W the other day. I haven't read anything from Serena Simone in such a long time. Such a long time. So I don't know anything about this. I really don't. I haven't seen much about it. I have seen a little bit, not too much, but I have seen it on the shelves in bookstores in Big W and stuff like that. So I do want to check it out. Let me know if you've read it and if you think I should check it out. The question box, like the answer on Instagram, said that the angst in this book is top tier and really good. A book that I really want to read that's popped up is Yours Truly. Now, I bought this not long ago. I know it's like a vanilla, like mainstream romance or whatever, but sometimes I need a good palate cleanser, okay? When I've been reading too much dark stuff, I need to like read something that's like not as dark so I can be like, all right, mentally. And I have heard amazing things about this book, so I really do want to check it out. And as I said, I do have the paperback of this book. So it is good to see that this is on your best of 2023 list because I do plan on reading it. They're all your favorite books of 2023. A lot of them I actually haven't read, which didn't surprise me because I have been in such a weird, like, place with reading this year. I'm finally finding my feet again. If you haven't noticed, I've been uploading more, reading more. It's been a great fucking time over here. So I can't wait to bring new books, new recs your way. I am planning on doing my reading wrap up for the year very soon. I usually do it in November. Just because December's so crazy with Christmas and stuff, and I like to get ahead with my reading for the new year. So yeah, that will be coming. Keep an eye out because none of these books will be on my list and a whole bunch of different books will be on my list. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, thumbs it up. Sorry if I'm like lackluster today. It's because I got my period and like fuck that shit, man. I hope you guys have a wonderful day wherever you are. Thank you guys so much for watching. It means the world to me, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.